You guys excited? Yeah. Yeah, let's go. This is actually my first time doing this in Indianapolis, so I'm super excited. You guys were sick. You guys were one of my favorites that night. So the first thing is the hook wasn't shit. The hook was trash.
No, I just haven't. I'm going to work on like a BeatStars or something like that, so I can be like, okay, this is the folder of stuff we're never going to use. Let me start making some money off.
Totally.
It. It's just sitting there.
It's just sitting there, exactly. So leasing beats, as you know, controversial as it is, it's like, that's like a Western problem. It's an American problem. Like, come on, oh, I don't want my brand to get tainted. Meanwhile, there's like people that are working hard as fuck for like $50. But you can sit there and fucking push a button in Ableton, throw it up on YouTube and make $50. When you think of it that way, it's like, well shit, let me take advantage of this like blessing that I could potentially have. And if I'm making all these beats, like, I know I can sell them. So like, take advantage of that and sell those. And if that can allow for you to quit your job and do this full time, it sounds like it would probably be worth it. We got it really good right now. So we have to strike while the iron's hot, because I don't believe that this is gonna last forever. Release a lot of music. Your chances are significantly increased in terms of being able to build your fan base and giving yourself an opportunity to just be an artist, right? So I'm always gonna recommend that. It's just like, put music out. Don't let it sit on your hard drive. Put it out, put it out, put it out. Pot at the end, the golden pot at the end of the rainbow is basically like being able to get to the point where you're the top, you're ranked #1 for a certain hashtag. So like the dude who's got, or the girl who's got the #1 ranking hashtag for Drake type beat is like probably killing it right now. As opposed to like if you have, 50 followers on YouTube and you put Drake type beat and someone clicks, searches Drake type beat, like you're gonna be like the 1000th like rank, right? Working to the point where you are ranked highest for certain hashtags, and that comes with consistency and quality of video, stuff like that. Thumbnails are like a deal breaker. So like if your thumbnail is trash, no one's gonna click on it. And a good rule, basic rule of thumb for thumbnails is like anything that's like really bright and very clear, and you wanna be able to make sure that people know what the video is. If the picture is like really dull and like boring, then like people tend not to click on that stuff. Like there's certain like etiquette in terms of like titles that you want to use that get like higher click rates.
I was gonna say, what do you personally recommend, or what do you think is one better than the other?
For mastering?
As far as distribution.
Oh, use Lander for distribution. I would recommend DistroKid. Yeah, I mean they all kind of have their pros and cons, but whatever platform allows for you to put music out on all the streaming platforms.
It's Pusha T.
Okay, so you want to work with Push.
Yeah.
So think about it every day. I want to work with Push. How can I work with Push? Push, and then you start making beats with Pusha T in mind. You know I'm getting at, and then you start to do that, and then you just work toward that, and all of a sudden you start to make decisions based off of getting yourself one step closer to working with Pusha T one day. And you don't have to know how it'll happen. You just have to know in your heart that it will. Create a little bit of more clarity on where you want to be, and I think that'll help you with your decision making. That's just how it works, So, but yeah, man, I like what I heard, man. I like the beats. Success is, really being very clear about exactly what you want. I want a track with Drake in 24 months, or I want to make $5,000 per month selling beats online. It's just really a matter of getting clear. So that's kind of the point I'm making, is like, you want to be very clear about your goals. Otherwise, it's really, really difficult to really see where you're going. A lot of times we're just like in the studio, we just want to create, and it's like, yeah, I want to be this big producer. I want to make a living. Well, like that's cool, but that's not specific enough. I want to make $150,000 a year. I want to have a record with Drake and a record with Black Thought. And I want to have an online beat selling business that generates $30,000 a year.
Like, what needs to be set up on the back end really before things start pushing?
It depends on kind of what you're referring to. So like maybe the money part of it, or Yeah, so I'll keep it real simple. So like I actually just put out a podcast episode, and my brother is an accountant. So my brother was on the show, my older brother, and he's an accountant for this big firm. And we kind of talked about like the basic kind of financial literacy 101. And the first step, the first thing you want to do, which is great to do now, is to file for an LLC. Depending on what state, I don't know what the laws are here in Indianapolis. After you file for an LLC, they're going to provide you with this thing called a tax ID. And a tax ID is essentially like a social security number. So like, you know, at your job, you give them your social security number, and then when they pay you, it's like paid to the order of whatever your government name is, and it's all filed through the IRS to your social security number. So instead of getting paid with your social security number, you're gonna get paid through your tax ID number, which is your LLC. So you're gonna name the LLC, whatever it is, just like a made up name. And then you're gonna literally go to a bank. I use Bank of America. You're gonna file for a business checking account using the tax ID number. So you're gonna literally walk into a Bank of America with, after you file for the LLC, they mail you this like seal. You're gonna bring that with you. You're gonna give them your tax ID number, and then you put like a minimum deposit. I don't know how much it is, it depends on the bank, maybe 5,000, maybe 1,000. And then anytime you generate income as a producer or a creator, you're gonna get paid through your tax ID, so that all the money goes into your business checking account. If you do that in the next 12 or 24 months, if you generate, let's say 40,000 in a year, which is really, really good, you have to file for taxes. So then you hire an accountant, and you're gonna tell them the situation, and then you're gonna have to file twice. You have to file your personal taxes with your social security number, and then you're gonna file your business taxes with your LLC. Even if it's like $100 from like a PayPal payment from like a beat that you sold, like you wanna put that in, preferably you wanna put that in a business account. So that would be that. Clap it up, guys. Come on. Yeah.
We've been working together for, man, it's probably been about 7 or 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've been working together for a while. And what happened is, so there's a site called, I'm sure everybody's familiar, Reverb Nation. Mm-hmm. And I came across his page and listened to one of his tracks. I was like, man, that's really dope. So I hit him up. I said, hey man, you know, listen to your music, like it was really dope. You know, would you want to work together? The rest is history.
You guys just built a relationship from there?
Yeah.
Wow, great, yeah.
I like to work more exclusively. You know, I don't know, for me, it's not really about, you know, dollars like that.
You know, the thing about the whole beat leasing and making money and stuff, it's like, there's no right or wrong. Yeah, I'm a fan of that, and I'm always gonna co-sign the idea of, you know, wanting to build a relationship with artists. It's a longer game, and it takes more time, and I don't like the word risk, but it is more risk, because you don't know what the future could be. You can invest in an artist for 5 years, and then something happens, and then all of a sudden they fall off, and it doesn't go where you expect. But you know, those 5 years, just like, there's so many amazing things that could have happened in that you know amount of time as well. Becoming a better producer, right. You know, all the experience that you probably gained from working with him. Go ahead.
Kind of on the sample subject. So like, you hear a lot of stuff in the industry about people not clearing samples and stuff like that. Drum kits technically are samples, right, that have been designed by someone, but I never hear controversies about people like getting caught stealing a hi-hat or a snare.
I see what you're saying.
Because like you know, all the drum kits I've downloaded over the years, like I've always wondered, like, am I supposed to clear?
There's no law right now that regulates having to clear drum samples. The laws behind sampling and stuff like that they get very slippery and very blurry. Especially with these new lawsuits that are happening. There's no real regulation around it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. You could get a lawsuit if you loop a drum, like a drum break. So like, if I loop like a James Brown drum break and I looped it for like 4 bars and it's like a super popular drum break, then and it gets placed on like a big song, they'll definitely come and try to put a lawsuit on the table for that. Here's my philosophy about sampling. You want to put the music, the quality of the music first and not worry about clearing samples at all. And I'll tell you why, because you do the music, whether you're sampling or not sampling, and you put it out. If the song, let's say like you produce a song for like an indie rapper and it ends up getting like 500 streams on Spotify, or like even a couple thousand, or maybe they shoot a video and it gets a couple thousand streams on YouTube, that's not enough income generated for the original publishing owners to come chasing after you, because there's really no money there yet. But if you sample something, and let's say Katy Perry uses it and she shoots a video and it's this huge thing, but you never cleared the sample, basically the original publishing owners of that sample will hear it and say, oh shit, Katy Perry used it and this has like 500 million streams on Spotify. They're gonna have their lawyers come in and bring a lawsuit on. And at that point, you're probably gonna have to take a loss from whatever income is being generated from that track. But the good news is that you have a hit record now.
Right.
So then you're gonna have other artists, other producers say, oh, you did that new Katy Perry song, let's hit the studio. So that's the one kind of loophole that producers and guys like us don't realize. It's like, no, by any means necessary, get a hit record, because you're investing in your future. Take the L now, but you're gonna get those calls if you play your cards right.